Happy Thanksgiving weekend. I'm Judea Murray, and here on a positive note, we highlight the most heartwarming stories from all around our tri-state that move and inspire us. Now, if you're anything like me, by now you probably never want to see another turkey again. But what about a duck? Because that's just one of the many kooky looks this Brooklyn warrior sports all around the hospital. If you ask Evelyn Fields, the best treatment plan for her diagnosis is creating happiness and then sharing it with others. Let's check out how she's been bringing smiles to all of her fellow patients.
I hope to inspire other patients in the hospital this week by doing this.
When Bushwick native Ellen Fields was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer 2 years ago, she was shocked.
When she said stage 3A, I almost fell over, because that's really close to stage 4, which is essentially just prolonging one's life as long as possible.
But knowing her life would become an endless number of chemotherapy and radiation appointments, she decided to choose optimism.
While you're still living, while you're still here, while you still can, try to make the best of the situations. There are moments in life that are great. You can make something terrible better.
For almost 30 appointments, Fields donned costumes ranging from a ketchup bottle to a football player. She also brought along an emotional support unicorn belonging to her niece.
I was really thinking, like, this is so ridiculous. I'm 45 years old. I'm faced with this very intense diagnosis. It's almost comical, like wearing costumes to chemotherapy.
The costumes became a hit with the healthcare providers at New York Presbyterian Hospital, but Fields says the impact on some of her fellow patients was powerful, giving them something to talk about other than cancer.
They were like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. Thank you so much. I really needed this.
Fields is now in remission, yet she still wears costumes to every follow-up appointment.
I'm tackling breast cancer.
She hopes that chemo costumes become standard at all hospitals and provide momentary happiness for all cancer patients.
Ellen isn't the only person in our tri-state doing her part for others. All throughout October, there was a gym in Hoboken, New Jersey, collecting donations and raising awareness for metastatic breast cancer.
4, 3, 2.
Every October, Prime Cycle in Hoboken holds a breast cancer awareness fundraiser.
It is a small platform, it is a local platform, but whatever we can do collectively here to try to help women such as these, or whatever organizations, we really do, try to do it.
For every rider who wears pink to class in October, Prime Cycle will donate $1 to their pink jar. Members who can are also asked to pitch in.
Women need love and support, not just financially, but also our hearts.
This year, Prime Cycle owner Julie Jarrett chose to support metastatic breast cancer research. She lost her good friend Laura to the incurable illness just a few weeks ago.
She was diagnosed just a few years ago and went into remission. And then unfortunately, it came back and it spread. And so she passed a few weeks ago at only 55 years old.
Metastatic means the breast cancer has spread to other parts of the body, making every dollar dropped into the Prime Cycle pink jar even more important.
We have to do something. We have to mobilize people to help raise money.
Every donation to the pink jar this October was forwarded to Memorial Sloan Kettering and the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. And that brings us into today's Did You Know? If you live in New Jersey, this one's for you. Did you know there's still a chance for you to earn some extra money this holiday season? Maybe you've heard, but according to the American Red Cross, blood supply levels are critically low right now. But an organization has teamed up with Amazon this month to offer New Jerseyans who agree to donate a pretty cool incentive.
Giving blood saves lives, and that is why most donors do it.
There's a human being behind every unit of blood because it can't be manufactured. And so it always comes from somebody who cares.
But now those who care and give the gift of life to others are getting a little something for themselves. Rosie Taravella, the regional CEO of the American Red Cross of New Jersey, says they're desperate with donations down 10% since August. The current blood supply is the lowest it's been at this time of year in a decade. Now, donations have increased since falling early pandemic, but the need has also gone way up recently.
There were a lot more people out on the road, unfortunately getting in accidents. And then, people were rescheduling surgeries that they had put off.
Anyone who donates blood to the Red Cross between November 1st and 23rd will take home a $10 Amazon gift card, a little incentive to help the Red Cross catch up with that growing demand, and a big thanks for helping to save lives.
You have just a few days left. In order to be considered, you have to sign up for a blood drive at the Red Cross website. You can find a link for that on news12.com or on the News 12 app. Now, that's not the only interesting incentive on our radar. Over the months, we've seen all sorts of them for getting the COVID vaccine, while a New Jersey man is paying his super sweet reward forward. Take a look.
This is donut number 141.
Another day, another free donut for Bergen County's Joe Caramagna. He's been coming here to the Paramus Krispy Kreme just about every day since the donut chain started offering a free donut to anyone who can provide proof that they're vaccinated against COVID-19.
I kind of have a reputation for loving donuts, and people started asking me, like, are you going to go there every day? And I said, well, I love donuts, and they're giving free ones, so it's stupid not to.
Yeah, Joey Freebie Donuts here has his sights set on 200 before Krispy Kreme's free donut vaccine incentive runs out at the end of the year. Caramagna works from home as a writer for Marvel Comics, walks a few miles a day for exercise anyway, so he added a little detour over the Route 4 pedestrian bridge and through a few parking lots to get his fix. A truly Homeric journey, if the Homer you're referring to is Simpson.
I only expected to get maybe 2 or 3 by the end of the year. But then they opened this place up just under a mile away from my house.
A dozen or so donuts in, he turned his daily moment of gluttony into an opportunity for charity. Caramagna began tweeting about his daily donut run, hoping it might in some small way encourage others to get vaccinated. And then he began taking the $1 he saved each day and donating it to the Ronald McDonald House, a charity that's been close to his heart since his daughter was hospitalized as a newborn 17 years ago.
That always stuck with me, like how lucky we were, especially since she came out of it okay.
Set up a GoFundMe page to encourage his fans and friends on social media to match his donations. His Joe's Dollars to Donuts campaign has so far raised $2,500. It was all enough to inspire me to get my free donut, kick in a little too.
Full circle, kind of paying it forward into the community where Krispy Kreme is, as a thank you, I suppose, for providing me all these free donuts.
Now here's another story that never fails to put a smile on my face. The Sutherland family is extremely grateful for a pair of police officers who saved their day in Brooklyn. The boys in blue helped a mother push her way to the delivery room. Let's take a look.
Get out the way, get out, come on. Brittany, are you all right, Brittany? She's having the baby. She's having the baby now.
Gerald Sutherland panicked from behind the wheel. Desperate to get his 9-month pregnant daughter Brittany sitting right behind him in the back seat in heavy labor to the hospital.
Take it easy, Brittany, take it easy.
Feeling helpless in bumper-to-bumper Brooklyn traffic, he sees an NYPD car, and from there it was no holds barred.
I ran into the middle of the street, almost got hit by a car. When I saw the cops over there, I was in a rush. I panicked to go to see these cops. I said, officer, my daughter is having a baby. She's in labor right now. She's about to have the baby. Can you please give us an escort to the hospital?
Officers Joseph Abate and John McCarthy of the 7-8 precinct with no hesitation said, follow us and hit the road.
Partner threw the lights on the car.
Woo-woo! Lights and sirens, let's go.
We went as fast as we possibly could without getting into an accident. We got him up to the emergency room entrance and got his daughter into the hospital.
Brittany Sutherland and 3-week-old Ziaja meeting the 2 NYPD officers that helped welcome Ziaja into the world.
And this is little Ziaja.
Brittany explaining to the officers just how thankful she is, telling them this was her closest call yet.
I thought she was coming. I didn't want to push in the car. I didn't know what to do if she did come in the car. But it was scary. It was real scary.
I'm just glad we could be at the right place at the right time and we could do our job.
Little things you can do for people, and I'm glad I can get everything done for you.
Both in visiting from Florida, Grandma Patricia and Grandpa Gerald, the one who made this all possible, with a message to these heroic members of New York's finest.
You could have asked questions, you could have stopped me, you could have done numerous things, but you didn't. You jumped right in, you took us right there, And I just thank you, and we appreciate you so very much.
Over in Connecticut, the Westport community is rallying support around a man who never fails to help others. Well, in his hour of need, they came through.
Not long after Horace Lewis retired last year as the head custodian at Staples High School, he had to go into the hospital. He collapsed in the emergency room this summer and lost oxygen to his brain after cardiac arrest.
He's just so beloved throughout the building, and because he'd do anything for you.
Staples principal Stafford Thomas says Lewis walked these halls for over 30 years with a smile. Now in recovery, Lewis's wife set up a GoFundMe page that the school hopes will help.
Hopefully now with the GoFundMe page, we'll be able to give him the equipment and whatever else that's necessary for him to speed up the recovery, because if there's anyone that deserves to kick their feet up, it's Horace.
And the principal says he's hoping once Lewis is able to come home, he'll come back here to Staples High School, where they'll give him a proper thank you for all he's done.
Horace, we are wishing you all the best. Record Pride is here and behind you 1,000%.